Good morning, Run Pure Sports. It is so wonderful to be with you this Sunday morning, and I'm not being facetious at all. I'm serious. I got a call from JSU or a text from JSU about 45 minutes ago. He says, I need somebody for the show this morning. I said, that's great. I don't work till noon anyways. And today I'm joined by a man who had 2 holes drilled in his nether regions and another guy with a coat rack in the background. So I'm glad everybody's keeping it professional on this Sunday morning. Good morning, G. Risen. How are you feeling? How was was it double or single hernia surgery?
It was double, sir. And like I was saying off the air, after the first 2 days, they had me on that nerve block. I thought I was feeling like $1 million till that wore off. Then reality set in, and yeah, so I'm moving a little slow. But as we were saying, the edibles and trips to hit the bowl a few times have helped me by, but
completely unprofessional.
You got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, to get by. Yes. I mean, it is what it is. But
no,
it's been a good
pills.
week. It's been a good week at DFS. Guy. So, sitting around, it's been fun.
Just real quick, where were the incisions? Where did they cut you for hernia surgery?
I have one on my belly button, and then I got 2 that are like basically straight down like to the butt, like about 6 inches lower. So yeah, I got 3 incisions basically.
Okay. Well, you had a good FanDuel core. Thank you. I never played FanDuel last night. Had a couple extra bucks, hit something else, played great core. I'll be playing it again. Stevie, I don't know what to say to you, dude. There's a freaking coat rack behind you. What are you doing? What you've been on the air here plenty of times. Where are you? What is wrong with you, Steve?
Well, the good news is on the show, he's got it cut out so you can't see the coat rack.
Oh,
so
no,
the coat rack is non-existent on the show.
Oh, so he can't. So over your left shoulder, nobody can see the coats that are hanging up right now.
No, this is a professional show. We have actual people behind the scenes who make it look good because clearly I'm in a closet. So, I know you. There's a lot of natural light in my place. But
are you going to come out after the show?
I had to find it.
Come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to get the chat up because you guys do people actually do the chat on the? Sometimes I watch you guys. I enjoy it, but I'm usually prepping for the next show.
There's a coat rack.
Huh?
On the solo shot, you can see the coat rack.
Okay, we're off to a great start. So anyways, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing wonderful. Let's go get some winners. Solid picks, great point. It's 2021. Don't need to be a professional anymore. Casual dudes. You're right. There are some situations you need to be professional, and this is definitely not one of those places. So before we get into anything, we had some weather today, which is cool. Last night, I was digging in on this Nats-Orioles game. They said the winds were from the northwest. So then what I do is I get on my phone and I do the maps thing, and then I figure out what direction it is. And it's a crosswind today, but who cares? It's almost 90 degrees in DC. That's my old home ballpark. I'm going to tell you right now, anytime the weather is like upper 70s or more, that place plays like Coors Field. I'm not even kidding. It is a bandbox when it's warm. So if you don't realize that, go look at it. And that's just from years of being there. When it's cold, it's a big part. We got the wind blowing out to right field, 10 to 15 miles an hour today at Yankee Stadium. So there's a boost to the bats too. The wind's blowing in at about 12 to 15 in Philly. And then that's really it because we don't have cores on this slate, do we? 20 miles out to center. Are you kidding me? And no cores on this slate?
Thank God.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would have faded in it. And I don't know if I could have faded cores today, guys.
Yeah, but Holden, I agree. So I'm also a DC guy. And that park, this kind of seems like the first summer slate that we've had, like a weekend summer game slate. It's almost 90 in all the East Coast ballparks. So hopefully we get some runs on this slate, even without cores.
Steve might not look smart, but he is. Some of the things that come out of his mouth, maybe he's not that smart, but I'll tell you this much. He knows his DC ballparks. There's no question about that. All right, pal, let's get into this. Want to let everybody know RPS Heater 25 promo code for our site. Sign up for monthly Elite or Elite Plus bets. Get 25% off your first payment. And I don't know what you're waiting for if you're not already in there. Also, this gives me a chance to promote my next show. Usually at noon Eastern, we'll start our bet show. Me and JJ and Joey work. If you're on the bet side already, it's wonderful. Love it. check it out. There's winners. We like that. The problem is it won't start till 12:30 today. JJ, who is one of the head guys over on the bet side, he told us that he was minus 15 and a half runs for his softball team today, guaranteeing a win. Unfortunately, they're in a dogfight, and he'll be 30 minutes late. Add the bet side for $20. Get bets. If you're already a DFS subscriber, just get the bet side, man. It's more chances to win money. The team really is amazing. Let's hit the like button and get going here. G Ryzen. We begin at pitcher. Just give me your whole pool, man. And you don't have to bloviate on every single one of them. But what's your pool today?
Man, pitcher is not too fun today, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. Looking at these pitchers, I don't think you're going to lose the slate or win the slate at pitcher. But, I mean, obviously you could lose if you step in a pile of shit. But I just don't see – I felt like I was saying this last Sunday too. I just don't see a guy that I think is going to throw up a 50 or 60 spot on FanDuel. So I'm just going to try not to land in a pile of shit, but I do have it down to
Can you watch your mouth? I mean, it's Sunday morning. People are at church watching this thing.
What do you got to watch our mouth for? It's Sunday.
What is the matter with you?
Hey, I got 3 holes in me. I can do whatever I want. And I could tell you some other shit, but you probably don't want to hear that.
I'd prefer you just give me your pitcher pool.
Oh, but I love you.
Hold on real quick. G Ryzen and I and Big T, we do a podcast during the NFL season. So if it seems like we're busting each other's balls, yes, we bust each other's balls all the time. Will you give me the damn pitchers already?
All right, listen, man. So I got a handful of guys. So I do like Ryu, as crazy as that sounds, just because of the K upside against Tampa and their K rate against lefties. But to me, Ryu is kind of priced up a little bit for my liking. I was looking at Max Fried a little bit, but I'm not sure about Max Fried. He had some cramping in his left hand last time, even though that matchup is really good against Pittsburgh. But I think a lot of people may go there, but I'm going to lay caution to that just because of his injury last time. Freddie Peralta is a guy that I mean, I'm looking at this point, but I just think he's got probably the best K upside, probably the safest play at this point, even though I don't like generally playing pitchers in Cincinnati. But Peralta's in play for me. And then Javier, I think, is a safe play against Texas. So, there's a few guys there, and you can drop down to maybe like a Luis Castillo if you want. I'm a little hesitant in that, even though Milwaukee does strike out quite a bit. So basically that's what I got. I wouldn't go probably too much further than that, but I'm not interested in Wheeler against Boston. I'm not interested in Erod against Philly. I'm not a fan of Erod. So I think I'm going to narrow it down to those guys I mentioned, but probably my favorite is Peralta.
Because you're playing on FanDuel. I mean, this is more FanDuel play, right? That's your one guy. You roll him out there. That's what it is. Stevie, what are you playing today? What side? You play both sides? I got lineups on both sides locked and loaded. Or are you just a FanDuel or just a DK guy?
Mostly DraftKings, but I'll play some FanDuel, especially on the weekends, when I'm on the cores and stuff. But yeah, this
is good because we'll get a nice balance from this. So here we go with the pitcher pool today. And, it's not too sexy, right? We don't like it. There's Wheeler, there's Peralta, there's maybe Max Fried, Christian Javier. We heard G Ryzen on Ryu. So how about a nice 4, 5, 6 guys you can tell us about? Yeah.
So I've got a pool right now of 6 pitchers. I got Peralta at the top. Just the K upside is great, even though the matchup is a bit tough and the park is tough. I think he's got the highest upside on the slate. I like Javier against Texas. He had a good start against them last time out. I worry a bit about the upside for the price, but it's a great pitching environment, especially on this slate. We've got a bunch of East Coast games outdoor in the weather, and he's in Texas in that cave, which when they close the roof, really plays like a huge ballpark. He's got locked in duration. I think he's got the upside for 100 plus pitches on the slate. I think he's got the second highest K upside behind Peralta on the slate. So those would be my 2 spends on DraftKings. Wheeler did become a bit more interesting with this lineup that Boston came out with today. I think it's got no JD and no Bogarts. So little watered down Sunday afternoon lineup for Boston. So that helps Wheeler a bit. But I mean, he is 11-2. That's a bit tough on DraftKings. And then to round it out, Fried, like G Risen said, he left that start on Monday with the hand issue, but the matchup is awesome, and he's been great of late. So no issue with Fried at 8,600. And then the cheap guys, we got Casey Mize in Kansas City, he's coming off of 4 straight usable outings, 4 straight with 6+ innings pitched. I worry that it's, the third time that Kansas City's seeing him. So a bit of caution there, but, the price is good. He doesn't have, the strikeout upside. His K/9's around 7, but I think solid play there for the price. But on DraftKings, I think the big discussion is the cheap guys. You got Poteet, who's around 5K, and then Bubik for Kansas City, who has pitched well and hasn't been priced up. So I think Poteet is my favorite pitcher on DraftKings. He's had 2 outings, gone 5 innings in each. He's shown some good strikeout stuff, and the matchup is good. So I think those are, the 5-6 guys that I'll be looking at on DraftKings today.
On FanDuel, G Risen, Poteet, I just don't feel comfortable with it, to be honest with you. DK, you can kind of get away with it. Like, how low can you go on FanDuel pitcher?
I think the lowest I'd go is Castillo, but I'm just going to go for K. With a 1 pitcher site, I like to just go for the highest K upside that I can generally get. And today I think that's either Peralta, Ryu, or I'm not even sure if I can throw Javier in there. So I like Peralta, to be honest with you, for this slate, especially on FanDuel.
Yeah, it sucks that he's in Great American Ballpark, but I think he's got the highest upside on the slate. I agree.
Yeah, if you miss enough bats like they do in baseball these days, then you can give up 3 solo home runs and then still strike out 8 and you're just fine.
Yeah, I think
you just want the quality start, right? So I don't really get tilted if I give up 2 or 3 runs in the first few innings. Just get me 6 innings and I'm happy. I don't generally stress.
Yeah. I think for, the 5th straight slate that he's been on, Luis Castillo is going to be popular. He figured it out a little bit in that last start against, I think it was the Giants, had 10 or 11 Ks, but, was still giving up hits. Milwaukee's a decent matchup. So I expect him to be popular. I'm just not sure if I can go there. He's just been so bad this season.
He only went 91 pitches last time, Castillo. He did have 11 Ks, but before that, he's been right around mid 80s. So, that does scare me. He only's gone high of 5 innings. Especially on a 1 pitcher site. Castillo might be viable on DK if you wanted a second pitcher. I didn't really look and see what his price tag was, but I'd just caution using Castillo. Like I said, I don't think you're gonna win the slate at pitcher today. I don't think there's really anybody that's got that high upside. So I'm kind of just looking for some safe Ks is what I'm looking for on FanDuel.
I'm betting against Castillo today. I don't know if I have the stones to go with the Brewers offense, but no way in hell I'm messing with this with Castillo. I just see he's such a step back.
Yeah, he's been so bad.
Find out who he is. I'm serious. Like, they got to break him down and build him back up again. He is not where he needs to be. And I'll just throw this in. Max Fried's my guy on DraftKings. I don't
good
know
price on Fried.
FanDuel there, but ever since he came off the IL, his last 3 starts, he's been really good. And he takes on a Pittsburgh team that's right around 10th in K rate against left-handers. So give me some Max Fried. That'd be my guy. 11th. So not bad. Okay. RPS Heater 25. You want to sign up? It's wonderful. Promo code for our site. That's wonderful. And then every day, gosh, what time do we do that show? Around 5 o'clock? The premium show? Yeah, I think around 5 o'clock we do it. 5 Eastern. Usually it's me, JSU, and Tony. A lot of days Draft Sheet's going to be on there. Actually, we're rotating a little more. So Up to Lock, premium show, Monday through Friday, and really, on the weekends too. But Monday through Friday, it's called The Final Countdown. If you're not a subscriber, you're missing out. get all the news. You get the core plays that these guys are playing. You'll get changes to the core plays. I mean, a lot of times we'll post the core plays. We'll get some news. You'll hear the adjustment there. So completely worth it. RPS Heater 25. And then hit the like button. G Ryzen, how many likes do we need for your home run call today?
I don't know how many people we got watching. 260. We at least need, I'd say 150. How about that?
Really? That's it? Okay.
Yeah, we're only at
It's the
57.
weekend.
We got to triple up.
Alex is going with a Yankee stack with Brett Gardner. Yeah, good luck with that, Alex. Thanks for paying the rake. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Brett Gardner's been so good this year. Got to
Did
jam
you
him
see
in.
what Bryce Harper is in now? 0 for 16 with 10 Ks in the last 4 games.
I
Yeah.
kind of laughed
means he's
yesterday when he dove for the ball and the ball smacked him in the face
Yeah.
on the way down. That I thoroughly enjoyed that.
He's that means he's gonna hit 3 donks today. So he does look, he looks completely lost too. 0 for 16 with 10 Ks and it's not good.
I'm bummed that Oakland and San Diego isn't on the slate because they've just been printing money for us all weekend. Man, they've been good.
Yeah. Why is Brubaker
yesterday
8-4 on DK? That's Shannon Lambert in the chat.
Because he's been good all season. That's why he's 8-4 on DK.
Just because he's on a crappy team doesn't mean anything. The problem is it gets Atlanta today. And we just talked about Harper. Like Freddie Freeman's on another level.
Yeah, this isn't the slate to use Brubaker. Maybe he gets banged around and you get him cheaper next time out.
Okay. We move on to the offense. We'll go position by position. Stevie will start a catcher here. I mean, I was just looking at these FanDuel salaries. Your mean Mercedes is 2.5. Like, what a joke. What are we doing, FanDuel? But on DraftKings, what's the plan of attack? What do we do here? We do have Zunino against Ryu. Another, if he's in there today, I played him last night. He hit a dong. No one wanted to mess with Ray. I think I'm going back to Zunino, Steve, if he's in the lineup this afternoon. And we should have the lineup here if it's not already out.
Yeah, they got Mejia in there.
He's not in there
today.
Never mind.
I don't think we have a Baltimore lineup yet, but I like Severino and all these Baltimore bats against Corbin today. Like we were talking about earlier, just perfect hitting weather in DC. This is probably my favorite game on the slate to stack up on both sides. So favorite catcher for me is probably Severino. You got Narvaez hitting in the 2-hole against Castillo. You were talking about, not being probably on a full Milwaukee stack, but I think that we can pick off pieces to attack Castillo in that park. Narvaez is cheap. He's back from the injury and hitting real well. So love that, and he's only 3.5. So Narvaez, Severino, got Danny Jansen in the lineup against Waka today at 2.8. Some cheap pop there. And then Grandal in Yankee Stadium, his price has come down. He's under 4K now because he's hitting about 150. But Grandal hitting 7th against Tyon. Don't mind that as well.
So just real quick, we keep talking about this Washington-Baltimore game. It's come up because I think it is going to be chalk. The weather, the bats, Matt Harvey. What do you guys think about Baltimore attacking Corbin? Because on one hand, I see Corbin, and I've watched his last couple of starts. He's cut down on the walks. Looks like he's starting to get into a groove. On the other hand, I mean, you got Baltimore 112 WRC plus. They hit left-handers well. I mean, 175 ISO. You'd like to see a little bit more there, but Steve, you said it's a game stack. Like, how comfortable are you stacking against Corbin today?
Really comfortable.
Been
wanting to use Baltimore all season against lefties, preferably. The bullpen behind Corbin isn't good, especially if Baltimore gets out to a lead and you don't get their top arms. I think that this is a game kind of like yesterday, where it kind of gets out of hand. I think yesterday's game was 12-9.
Yeah.
Corbin's K per 9 is by far the lowest of his career. It's at 7.1. You're right that the walks have come down in the last couple starts, but still giving up a ton of home runs. I feel very comfortable using Baltimore here against Corbin with the weather.
All right, what do we got to catch for G Ryzen? And just real quick, what do you think of Baltimore today? The Nats is self-explanatory. What do you think of Baltimore?
Yeah, I like Baltimore. I mean, obviously, as you guys discussed, the hitting weather is good. Baltimore, I mean, they're just one of those sneaky, pesky teams. I mean, Trey Mancini's been on fire. Mountcastle hit a grand slam yesterday. Mullins has been doing well. Freddie Galvis probably be higher up in the lineup. I mean, I don't mind it at all. I think I'd rather use, like a Mancini in maybe a like a mini stack if I went with some Nats. I mean, the Nats obviously I think are going to be probably the chalkiest team. I'm going to say Juan Soto probably be one of the chalkier bats. Yeah, I like both sides of that. But really today, I mean, there's some pretty decent spots for offense, and then we got today's a decent slate. It's just we don't have that really top pitcher. We don't have, the just killer offenses that, I mean, there's some good spots to be had today. So I'm looking forward to this one, sitting back and just chilling out like I've been doing all week.
Yeah, we just got the Baltimore lineup holding. Hayes leading off. He's been one of the best hitters in the league against lefties. We got Galvis in the 2-hole, which is great. Severino hitting 5th. So yeah, he's definitely my favorite catcher on the slate.
Free money, Freddie. Let's do it. Anybody else you want to talk about real quick, G Rising, or is it time to move on?
You got to look at William Contreras if you're looking at catchers.
Okay.
Especially in that Atlanta lineup, which they've been turning over quite a bit lately. So, he'd be somebody I'd consider too. I mean, you're paying up for him a little bit, but he'd be somebody I consider. But I mean, as we know on FanDuel, I don't really have to worry about a catcher per se.
No, you don't. And with your mean at 2.5, and then Wilson Ramos facing a lefty today at 2.2 on FanDuel, 3.5 on DraftKings. I don't hate that. G Rise in first base, dude. Let's roll it down. Freddie Freeman's on fire, like I said, with the pay up, but Kirilloff is first base eligible on DraftKings. Obviously, just outfield on FanDuel at 3K, but we can find some guys in here. I think there's a lot of options at the top and at the bottom, to tell you the truth, G Rising.
Yeah, absolutely. First base, there's some pretty nice looking plays. Obviously, Freddie Freeman's been on fire. Miguel Sano's been on fire too. And then you got Vladdy Jr. Obviously, he's been raking. So I don't mind that. I think Josh Bell is going to get quite a bit of ownership today in that for Washington. Carlos Santana isn't a bad play against Mize if you're not a believer in Mize. He generally gets hit pretty hard by lefties. So I'd look at that route. But I'd have to say for me, Freeman, I mean, you can lump Gurriel in there too, but Sano's just been real hot lately. So I like Sano, especially at that price tag, 2,700 on FanDuel. I think Sano's a good value play.
You going Twins today? I'm starting to feel like maybe there's a stack. What?
No, can't say that. I mean, if you look at Sano, I want to say is hitting 500 in the last week. He's actually 345. He's got 5 bombs already. He's got, I mean, when the guy's hot, he's hot. I like to play hot hitters.
Okay. Here's the deal. We got 300 watching, a little less than 100 likes that I'm seeing right now. G Rising said, did you say 125 likes? Was that it?
Actually, I said $150, but you're going lower.
No, I don't want to go low. I thought that was too low. All right, $150, and you'll give your home run play out. That'd be awesome.
I guess is that like cheaping myself out or what?
Yes, absolutely. But that's fine.
Well, I like to be cheap. It's cool.
You're like a woman with low self-esteem.
Slutty's good.
Yeah. So I'll just throw this out there. I don't know how many people are going to be on Freddie Freeman. He's so expensive on DraftKings at 5.8, but again, he's just on a roll. Hopefully the home runs will come back. We haven't seen one in 4 games, but he is locked in. It's not the easiest matchup against Brubaker, but why not? Steve, second base.
Yeah. So
That's Chisholm.
Just to add on real quick on first, we got Mountcastle in the lineup at 3.2, cheap option there. I like Vlad if spending up at first, hitting third. He's 5'6", it's going to be Waka and Fleming for Tampa Bay. Not really scared of either guy. So I think I'm on the Toronto bats as the high-priced stack. Toronto and Houston probably overall, which brings us to second base. Altuve and Semien at 5.5 and 6K. We talked about a couple of those pitchers that we're interested in, that are 5K or below. The reason to use those guys is to play a 6K Altuve against Fultonevich or Semien. He's been hot, leading off against Waka. So if paying up, I like those two guys. LeMahieu is back under 5K in Yankee Stadium against Keuchel. Keuchel, not a guy that I usually like to attack because of all the ground balls, but when he goes bad, it goes bad quick. So don't mind LeMahieu today. And then for cheap, we got Brasso hitting fifth. I don't love attacking Ryu, but he is 2.8, and we know that he crushes lefties. One of my favorites, Jazz, which you mentioned, is at 4.4, probably going to lead off against Yamamoto. So awesome play there. And then Cesar Hernandez for Cleveland. I think Cleveland is, I don't know, my probably third favorite team today, going up against Hap, who I think is just dust. We stacked against him last time. He got bombed. So sucks that they lost Franmil Reyes coming into this game, but overall I'm high on Cleveland. So Hernandez leading off there for 3.9, bunch of interest there at second.
We got someone in the chat. Who is that? Shannon saying, is the roof open in Texas? No, it's closed today. They closed the roof. So doesn't that give a little bump to Javier? No?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, we love Target and Fulte. It's not like it's going to be impossible to get to him, but not at the top of the list. You want to go next, G Risen?
Yeah, I was going to say, usually at second base, I like to pay down. I think there's some really good spots today. Like Ozzy Albies has been just crushing lately. He's only 2,700. I don't know what the hell FanDuel's thinking. I think they actually moved him down, and anybody in that Atlanta lineup today, I think is a decent play. And I mean, Big T's man, Freddie Galvis is 2,400 in the 2-hole. You can't argue that either. So those are two guys, and Josh Harrison's been just smashing the baseball too. So you guys mentioned, that park over there in Washington. I mean, Josh Harrison's just a pure contact hitter. Has just been smashing for 3K, hitting in the 6-hole. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, he's a great play too. Do want to note that we got the Cleveland lineup. Owen Miller on DraftKings is Stone Min hitting 6th. So also an option there at second base if you want to double pay up.
What do you like about him as a player, though? Like,
I like that he's facing J.A. Happ. He's 2K and he's hitting 6th.
Okay.
That's about it.
So nothing about him, more the matchup.
No. It's a situational price play more than I want to be rostering Owen Miller play.
Love it. So G Risen, third base, sometimes it's a place we pay up, sometimes it isn't. To be honest with you today, I don't see too much that I like at the bottom. So hold on. Is Franco in the lineup, Stevie? Is Maikel Franco in there?
He is.
Okay. I like using him against lefties.
Yeah, for sure.
Righties. So that's someone I'll throw out there at you, G Risen. But that'd be my only spend down. Who's the targets at third?
For me, it would be Jose Ramirez would be probably one of my top plays. And then either Jose or Bregman I like. And then if you want to pay down a little bit, going back to Atlanta lineup, Austin Riley's just been smashing baseball. So he's pretty, I think he is hitting 500 in the last week. He's just been killing it. So those are the three that jump out at me right away. But Jose Ramirez, a righty, I like that spot, probably stands out for me as the top spot.
Stevie?
Yeah, Jose, probably going to be popular, but, just a perfect spot against Hap. Bregman, probably my top play, but he's almost 6K. So, he's priced to the teeth, hopefully not that owned. But yeah, love all the Houston bats if you can get to him today. A bit cheaper. I'm I like a couple of these Miami bats. The last time we saw Jordan Yamamoto, he was giving up like 20 runs to the Braves last season. So Brian Anderson's at 3-3. I don't mind Marlins like secondary stack, Jazz and Anderson or something like that. So interest there. Starlin Castro's hitting fifth against Matt Harvey. Don't love Starlin Castro, but no issue using him in a team stack there at 3-9. And then Urshela hitting cleanup against Keuchel at 3-7. I'm going to be playing some Yankees today. I'm not usually a guy who plays Yankees just because they're always so owned, but I do like the spot against Keuchel today. So you got both Urshela and LeMahieu eligible at third with pretty good pricing. So that's where I'm at for third base.
Third base. G Risen. Do you ever do the podcast with DC? Both of you guys do, don't you?
Yeah.
MLB First Look podcast, correct?
Yes,
yeah, I'm on it tonight, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually on Monday nights for Tuesday.
Okay, good. So we got the Monday and Tuesday co-hosts. It's the MLB First Look podcast. DC rotating cast of characters are going to be with him. So we got Stevie coming up tomorrow, and then G Risen on Tuesday. So look for it. Favorite podcast provider, whether it be Google Play or Apple or whatever the hell you're on, Stitcher. Go out there and hang out and check it out. It's great information, and you'll hear what the guys are thinking in their early process, and then as the day goes on, you can learn how things have evolved a little bit. Did I get all your thoughts at third base, G Risen?
Yeah, yes, sir. You
Okay,
must.
so what about shortstop? I hate shortstop usually every single day. It's like Jazz Chisholm. I love him. Or you got to go Turner or Bichette. I hate it because there's so many good options. And you got to figure out the right one. But free money Freddie, 3-3 against the lefty Corbin. He just does it. And FanDuel's got him at 2-4, and DraftKings got him at 3-3, and that'll be my guy today, at least on DraftKings in all likelihood. There'll be a stack that I have, so I'll figure out who else is going to be in there. But 6.2 for Trey Turner on DraftKings. 6.2, but he's only 4K on FanDuel, G Risen.
Yeah, Trey Turner's, as I've said before, is my my favorite guy to roster in DFS. It just seems like he just never does me wrong. It's either a homer or he steals a couple bags, scores some runs, hits a double. I mean, he's awesome. He's fun to watch. But I think Trey Turner's probably be the highest owned shortstop today. I also don't mind Ahmed Rosario either against Hap in the 2-hole. He's pretty cheap. He's only 2,100 on FanDuel. I don't mind that. But typically I don't like to pay down at short. As you mentioned, I generally like to pay up. Obviously Bichette's in play. He's 4K and so is Turner, both on FanDuel. So, I mean, I'd rather go with Trey Turner, probably for just for personal preference. But I mean, if you wanted to pay down, like I said, Ahmad Rosario is sitting in the 2-hole at 2,100. So you really, I mean, you can't go wrong there.
I feel like you like Cleveland a little bit today.
Oh yeah. They're cheap.
I'm listening to G Risen. I'm like, all right. Hernandez.
Well, I would really like
Ramirez.
Cleveland if Franmil was in that lineup, but
Yeah.
I think just taking that bat out, shorten that lineup a little bit. I like pieces of it, but I don't think I like a whole stack, to be honest.
He's
with
on
you.
the IL.
Yeah, losing Franmil this morning sucks. But yeah, I mean, like G Risen was saying, I think Turner's the luxury at 6'2", if you can afford him. Bichette as well, up at 5'7". I think against Waka, those are the two luxuries of the slate. Gleyber Torres hitting fifth against Keuchel, cheap still at 3.5. All of these Yankees are a bit cheaper than I feel they should be in this matchup today. Galvis will be probably my highest owned shortstop today. Jazz eligible at short on DK. So yeah, I think there's 6-7 guys you can go to: Turner, Bichette, Galvis, Torres, Rosario, Urshela, and Jazz. So pretty solid shortstop slate today.
I know we had a question here. What about Simeon, William McGuire? Yeah, at second base. I mean, if you're paying up, go for it, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always a good
You
play.
can use them at short on FanDuel too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Yeah, he's second and short eligible. So I mean, yeah, I mean he fits in the same. I mean he's in the short list, right? Even if he.
Seriously, why, dude? Why is he shortstop eligible?
I don't know. I mean, you can move them all.
Let's just make shit up. It's like Taysom Hill. Let's just put him in tight end.
Right.
Quarterback.
So Steve,
Maybe Bichette missed a game and he played there one day or something.
Yeah.
So Steve, I was listening to you a little bit there talking about the Yankees, and I've never been one to want to stack against Kuchel, so I would just kind of lay caution. I don't like stacking against Kuchel. That guy drives me crazy.
Good thing there's no Kuchel on the slate today.
Good thing.
What are you talking about?
I've never heard of Kuchel.
Dallas Kuchel, the pitcher. I just don't like stacking. I mean, I don't like hitting. I don't like going against them. Is that what you guys are? What are you guys laughing at?
Just move along, Stevie. Move along.
All right. Yeah, no, I usually don't either. But he's shown some chinks in the armor recently. And I think it's more the fact that these infielders for the Yankees are, 500 to 1,000 cheaper than they probably should be. So,
because I just look at it and I just think that 4.19 total is going to suck people toward them. And I think, the Washington spot's better.
Oh yeah. I like the Washington spot better. So I play 20 lineups. So I usually like to narrow it down to, 3 to 5 teams, and I kind of mix and match. So I think the Yankees are probably, my 4th or 5th favorite stack of the day.
Fair enough.
Hey, G Ryzen, when's your core's up? Like it's usually an hour before, but how long do you think till your core is up? I got work to do today, so hurry up.
I might, when we get off the show, I kind of got an idea where I'm going to go.
Yeah. Okay. Also, Scott, with Keuchel, his K/9 is down to 4.2 this season. So he's not missing any bats. If he gets a bad BABIP game, he could be out of there quick against this Yankee lineup. So I don't.
He's definitely have upside. Keuchel just drives me crazy.
I know, with all the ground balls.
More money in the past than most.
See, that's how it's done, Holden. You have to give him the name.
Yeah, and he did it. He ran with it. He's so good. I love G. G Ryzen, probably the most underrated guy at our shop. There's no doubt about it. I told him this before, and he's always hitting me up at Discord. He's like, "Thanks a lot," but I mean, I
just try to stay in my lane. I'm the weekend, the weekend news host. We got BigT and JSU. We got the big hitters going on the weekdays. So we just hang out and we have a good time.
So just for the Dallas Keuchel thing alone, we should hit 150 likes. We're very close. We're very close to being there. We're 322 watching.
Not as bad as D-Rock though.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
D-Rock's bad with the pronunciations. he's worse.
I wouldn't sit here and try and play it off on somebody else after your egregious pronunciation. Okay, settle down, G Ryzen.
That's my angle. Don't call me out on my angle.
Oh, Harper's gone, by the way. Bryce Harper's out of the lineup today. Just so you know. So
he could use a day off.
Dunsky, stick a fork in him. So where are we at? 141 likes. And G Ryzen pretty good with his home run call. So he'll I
got one today too.
Out there. Yeah, looking forward to it.
A little up and smoke play of the day, huh?
Up and smoke play of the day.
That sounds like a good thing to do. Up and smoke. We
got so many millennial and what do they call them? Geriatric millennials, the ones that are like in their mid to late 30s, maybe 40 years old. Like they know Cheech and Chong, but any other millennial or the gen, whatever the hell we're on before after that, they don't know Cheech and Chong. I mean, and they're missing out. Up and Smoke, Nice Dreams. What's your favorite?
Oh, I mean, Up and Smoke I can recite lines from that. I recite lines from that all the time.
Yeah.
I think I've recited a few lines in that from you. When you ate that hot chip, didn't I say my name is Ralph?
I don't remember anything. Oh, that's such a great line. Mellow. Yeah, I love that. That's good stuff. Okay, so G Ryzen, let's go to the outfield here. You had a little Benintendi yesterday, I think. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? Yesterday. He went bananas. He had a nice game. So there's always so many options. Juan Soto is just lock and load, I think. When we get to Steve, just remember I brought up Anthony Santander. He's been back now he's been back for how many? What is that? 2 games, and he blew up, hit a home run in his last game.
Yeah,
So
really.
Some of the names I'll throw out. G Risen, can you give us 5 or 6 to at least throw in a pool?
Man, I am disappointed Jordan is not in the lineup. What
I know.
are they doing?
That's a bummer. We still have Kyle Tucker, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say Jordan's one of my favorites when I was looking earlier, and he's not even in the lineup. But obviously, yeah, we got Kyle Tucker. He's a play. Juan Soto is obviously a play. I like Brantley today as well. Brantley's been swinging a hot stick. Benintendi, too, against Mize. I do like targeting going with lefties against Mize. And then I mentioned Trey Mancini earlier. He's been on fire. But I think, Acuna, I don't think I'm going to get the pay up for Acuna, but it just seems like every time I'm looking, Acuna is rounding the bases, doing his sidestep at third base. It's unreal. But I'd say Kyle Tucker's up there for me as one of my favorite plays. And then, I don't mind Corey Dickerson either. So, Chas McCormick is 2,200 for Houston, hitting in the 7-hole. He's a cheap option, but I'm going to say Brantley and Tucker stand out for me in Soto.
Okay. Stevie.
Yeah, man. Kyle Tucker, probably the guy I've rostered the most the entire season. Got off to just such a frustrating start, was just scorching the ball right at guys the first couple weeks of the season. So good to see that he's finally breaking out. But DraftKings just refuses to raise his price. So I'm going to keep playing him. He's at 4.2 today, just way too cheap. Mashes righties. So love Tucker. Luplo is hitting cleanup against Hap. That's great. Not having Fran Mullen there sucks, but that means, we get cheap Jordan Luplo hitting cleanup. Soto is going to be super popular. He's 5.8 on DK. Schwarber's hitting cleanup. He's at 4.8. So he's, his price is getting up there a bit. He's the same price as Yelich, which is interesting. Don't mind, like we were talking earlier, taking a piece or two of this Milwaukee team against Castillo, Narvaez, Yelich, mini stack possibly. You said Santander. He's hitting cleanup. Love him. He's 3.1 on DK. So just an awesome price there. Austin Hayes leading off at 3.5. Like we said earlier, he's been one of the best hitters against left-handed pitching the entire season. So theme of the show. I just love these O's today. I had season tickets back in the day, when, they were getting shit on every single time I went, in the early 2000s, going to Oriole Park at Camden Yards and, just watching them lose 10-2 every game. Really, really sucked. But
Got to watch Cal Ripken.
Yeah. Got to watch Cal, in the last couple of years there.
I got to watch Miggy. I guess we went to the World Series once or twice, but
Verlander.
Yeah.
You guys had the best rotation.
It was fun for a little. It was fun for a minute until, Dombrowski decided to light a match to it.
Yeah. So that was like Melvin Mora, Brian Roberts, Orioles teams.
Chris Davis. I know you had a Chris Davis jersey.
Yeah. Geronimo Heel,
Geronimo Heel, holy moly! What a pull!
Yeah,
nice job, Stevie.
Sidney Ponson, Rodrigo Lopez, giving up 6 runs a game.
Sidney Ponson. I drank beer with Sidney Ponson in Aruba.
Sir Sidney, right?
Yeah, he was from Aruba, and I was at the Marriott drinking, and a bunch of people were all like giddy about this dude, and I look over, he had I think at the time I don't think he was on the Orioles at the time. I forgot who he was on, but. Yeah, that dude was he's a cool dude.
Yeah. All right. So we got plays of the days, we got stacks, maybe we're definitely giving away G Rising Sting. So hey, can you get to 200 just for the hell of it so I can tell JSU to never put me on the show again because I reached my ceiling. So if we can get to 200, I really like that. I don't mind working with you guys. Just got a betting show coming up. Wow, that was a really dick move of me. Actually, don't get to 200. I like these guys.
You're being a jerk. Man,
Oh, what's new? Today's Sunday.
Man.
Tomorrow's Monday.
Today's
Tomorrow's Monday.
Man.
Tomorrow's Monday.
You got to have some good mojo.
I got great mojo for you. How did Big T doing that thing last night?
It's a 2-day event. So it was the 2 games last night and the 4 games today, I think.
Wasn't he leading?
Yeah, I think he stacked up one of the games last night. It didn't go.
That was going out on a limb, but yes, I bet you he did stack up a game.
Yeah. I'm not sure that it went, crazy. So we'll see.
Yeah. So something funny for that. So I ate some edibles last night and passed out.
No way.
And yeah, so I woke up this morning and thought, let me see how Big T did, not knowing it was a 2-day event.
Oh yeah.
Because he's in first, winning $1 million. I was like, well, shit, I got to get my bags packed for another weekend party. Let's go. So, but then I text Big T, he told me it's a 2-day event and his team didn't do as well as he wanted. And then the reality set in, but hey, still a good showing. So he's still got, I don't think he had too many bullets left though.
People say Bartolo Colon was the fattest, but I'll put Sidney Ponson.
Sidney Ponson's up there. Yeah.
Right up there with him. All right, Steve. I don't know what it's just like. I'm stuck in the closet playing the day. That's you're literally doing the show in the closet. You can't see the coat rack behind him. It's a mobile coat rack. Like you couldn't even move the damn thing out of the way.
Nope.
This is amazing, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, not my best showing. It's not a closet. It's a small bedroom.
Okay.
We're in downtown Chicago here. Not that much square footage to work with. We went with the loft style with the brick. Speaking of bricks, I'm going to go with Santander.
Can I
as
ask
my
you
play
something?
of the day.
What the hell does Anthony Santander have to do with bricks?
Camden Yard bricks everywhere, especially in right field with the warehouse. Utah Street bricks.
I think he's eating edibles, Holden.
That was last night.
Did you eat edibles?
Last night, no. Friday night, yes.
See, I feel like Run Pure leads the world in 2 things: winners and edibles. I've never been around a bunch of dudes that eat more
and
weed.
Modelo's.
And Modelo's. Well, you're just trying to kill the pain, dude.
Yeah.
I'm trying to kill the pain too, though. The mental anguish.
Man, this surgery was not the funnest thing, but what can you do? Going up and down. The worst part's trying to squeeze out a turd.
Stop being all right. Just
that's
Steve,
the worst part.
Steve,
oh, now all of a sudden Holden don't want to talk about turds.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
About shitting in the parking lot behind the car, for God's sakes, one time.
That was Pittsburgh. Yeah, Steve, what's your play of the day? And I'm not kidding. It was after a Caps Pens game. Yeah, Steve.
Santander. Yeah.
Okay. Gee, right. just the up and smoke play of the day from G Rising.
Up and smoke play of the day from G Rising is going.
You're welcome. Solid picks.
Michael Brantley.
Ooh, Michael Brantley.
Brantley's going yard on Fulte.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir. That's my pick.
Yeah. See, he had to pivot because it was definitely going to be Jordan, but he's not in the lineup.
Yeah, that was my guy that I was really looking at. Yes, I did pivot. So, you guys are calling me out. I'm playing poker with you guys.
Is that okay? So that's the edibles play of the day, right there, Michael Brantley. Okay.
What about you, Holden?
The edibles play of the day.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I'm as excited about the Orioles as Stevie is, but our boy's there. Now, this came down to Tyler Naquin hit the third against Freddie Peralta, who I love today. I really like Freddie Peralta, but if there's one guy taking him deep, I think it's Naquin, and he's paid off a lot this year. I'll go free money, Freddie. Throw me some Freddie Galvis. It doesn't matter what handedness it is. He's just so cheap. He's in a great spot this afternoon. Free money, Freddie. That's the way we go with the edibles play of the day. See what I mean? This guy's eating them on Friday. This guy's eating them every day. And I had to stop for a little while just because it was roasting my brain. I had no idea who my name is. It's too much, man. So I quit for a couple weeks. I put him down. My mom likes him though. That's really uncomfortable.
Don't be a quitter. What's wrong with you?
Don't be a quitter. Do drugs.
Yeah.
Don't quit. That's not a drug.
I don't know, Scott. This sounds more like a temporary quit than
It
a
is. Oh, it
full
definitely
time.
is. This
Right.
is not.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a
I'm not
hiatus.
going more than, yeah.
This is a
settle down.
hiatus.
I mean,
Yeah.
was it a situation like with a vodka bottle where you just overdid it with the vodka and you puked and you say, I ain't never drinking vodka again. And then 2 weeks later, you got a vodka in your hand.
Yeah, until next Thursday.
I know that I'm going to eat edibles again. I know 100% I will eat edibles again. I'm just taking a little break.
Yeah, I only eat them to go to bed at night, so I'm not tossing and turning because it hurts to. I gotta basically.
You're
sleep
such
on
a
my back.
baby. Stop being a baby. Man
Suck
up,
it off.
dude. You don't hear me complain about my Achilles reconstruction. Ain't hurt so bad. Come on, G Rising. Dallas Keuchel today, dude.
Yeah, that's it. Hey,
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here? I'll just say this: RPS Heater 25. You haven't already signed up. 25% off your first payment. That's always fun. Check it out. The boys' cores will be up. The final countdown Monday through Friday. Our premium show. I'm usually there with Big T, JSU. You'll have DC in there too. And then we got our free show every day at 4. I want to say it's 4, and I'll be on that. And Van Gogh and all these guys will just they'll cycle in and out, and it'll be fun. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, Solid Picks. You got a home run call today, G Rising, because you did the whole edibles thing. You got a home run call? Is that Michael Brantley?
Yeah, Brantley's gonna hit a donger. Michael.
I can't do that. Him and Josh Reddick are dead to me.
Austin Hayes is plus 550 to hit a bomb today.
Yeah, but
leading
that's
off.
failing you. Why the hell would I do that?
What?
Well,
Why don't you like Brantley? What'd he do to you?
He's Michael Brantley. He doesn't do anything. He's like, all right, you got 2 singles. Way to go, Michael Brantley.
Oh, come on. He's going to hit a homer today. He's
in that place with the roof closed. He's going to hit. Today's the day for Michael Brantley.
Yeah, man.
Okay. He's going to be in your core, isn't he? And I'm not going to bet the home run prop. I'll just put him in my core and hold my nose.
It's possible. He may be.
Yeah.
We can't give all the free stuff out.
You gave him as your home run pick. I don't think the guys in the chat are stupid enough to think that you're not going to put him in your core.
Well, I might put him in the write-up and maybe not have him in my core. I kind of make it the way kind of paint the picture of what I'm doing for the day.
I got a betting show to do. We're starting way late today. Again, JJ, who's one of the heads of the bet side, Run Pure Bets, completely miscalculated the dominance that he was going to have over another softball team today. So we'll be a little bit late. Usually we're at noon Eastern, but $20, add the bet side. If you are a subscriber already, and if you're not, Get Bets is the code, and go sign up. Winners. A lot of baseball picks today. But it's not just baseball. Snyder, he has Brooks Koepka. This guy, Stevie, how many of these tournaments has Snyder hit now? Like 8 or 9, and Koepka's right there.
Yeah.
I need to figure out who to hedge with him today, because that's a 44-1 bet that we're on.
Yeah, I think Koepka's going to win today. Not the biggest fan of him, but he's probably going to pull it out. 44-1, man. So that's going to be what, 9 outrights in like the last 2 or 3 months. That's awesome.
Solid picks. Did we do stacks? Did we do stacks?
I think no. I mean,
okay, you're Baltimore.
We've been talking about them the whole time. Baltimore, Washington, Cleveland, Houston, Toronto for me.
Just all teams on the slate is stackable. Okay. G Rising?
Yeah, just stack them all. That's what you want to do, right?
That's what Steve is doing.
I think
I play 20 lineups. I pick 4 to 5 teams, and I mix and match them. I think that's fair.
You mentioned the Yankees. Yeah, I talked them off that Holden. But anyway, so we got Washington, Houston, Atlanta, and I don't mind Cleveland, but I'm just not a fan of that lineup from top to bottom. I don't think that they're going to be able to turn it over as much, even though JSURab does suck ass.
All right, let me just tell you one thing. The guy's been pitching for over a decade. He's J. It's not J.A. This is the one guy that drives me nuts. Kuchel, you can do all day. J-A-Y is how you pronounce it. JSURab.
Listen, JSURab.
God damn it, G Rising. All right, yes, solid picks. It has been an awesome show today. Good job.
Jay Happen
Rising.
his 5.09 K per 9 this season.
Thank you for taking my crap. I appreciate it, Steve, as always. I missed college basketball season, but we'll be back sooner than later.
Me too.
I miss college basketball too with my Wolverines.
Dude, we did so good on the bet side. Like everybody got on fire at some point in time on the bet side.
On both sides, especially in March. We had a huge March on the we
On
had
the
a member
DFS side.
win the final on
All right.
DK. So
last but not least, G Rising, how do they follow you on Twitter?
At G Rising, right? G_RIZEN.
Oh, that's the thing. You got to underscore in there. Like, who the hell? Why would you put? Was there another G Rising?
No, well,
Or
you know,
prison?
when I started in FanDuel, like in 2010, I didn't expect that it was going to turn into what it did. So I just phonetically basically spelled out my last name.
All right. Poor Simon has to go to Paducah, Kentucky. So let's get out of here. Steve, how do they follow you on Twitter?
I'm Steve Boynton VT on Twitter.
I'm at Holden Radio. No underscores. No other stuff. Holden
No
Radio.
asterisks or anything, Holden.
Yeah.
I thought you were at Katie Bell.
Huh?
I thought you were at Katie Bell.
It's going over my head, pal. Can you explain it?
Oh, she's a hottie on Twitter. Katie Bell, you know, Osmo always messes with her. Big titties on her, you know. Yeah, forget it.
So misogynistic. Okay, so for G Rising and Stevie and our guy Simon behind the scenes, I'm Holden. Hopefully, JSU never calls me again to do this show. Although I really had a good time. It was a fun show, but I got to get over to the bet side. 12:30. We'll start late today. You guys take care of yourself. Keep running pure and hit the like button on the way out.